Yeah, this is a response to you, my brother, Johnny Blues. I wanted to make sort of a video of my own, expressing my views because I am an ex-smoker. And I used to be the type of person like you described in your video. I'd get so defensive and offended if people said, well, smoking's bad for you, it's gonna kill you, it's gonna fuck up your health, yada yada. I didn't care because at the time I was addicted to it and that's all I could think of. In fact, whenever we would get extra money, he would ask me, well, do you want to get a CD? Do you want to get something that you really like your favorite food or drink? A toy you really want, a comic book? My reaction would be no. Just get me a carton of cigarettes and that's all I'll be happy with. That's all I really want. And I think back to those days when I not only wasted money that we could have used for food and necessity, I could have bought cool books or toys or tea, anything that I like. I could have bought, but instead I was squandering away the money because I wanted my cigarettes or cigar fix. And every time I would go outside to smoke a cigarette or a couple, there were times when I would actually smoke a whole pack in a row. I'd be out there for an hour or so, just puffing down, and he would come out and be like, you've been out here for a little while, are you okay? I'd be like, yeah, I'm just smoking my cigarettes. And it was killing him because, we lost our mom and dad, a couple sets of grandparents, a couple friends. My uncle, he died because he had complications from smoking. He had heart problems. My grandmother got lung cancer from it. It's just, it's a steady downfall. It's a steady evil process that can't be glamorized because it's not glamour. And another thing too that brings me to when you see in old movies or recent movies where you got your women with their diamond rings and their fancy lipstick, they got a champagne in one hand and a cigarette, and they're all acting like they're high on the hog, high on top of the world. They make it look like it's an ecstatic experience, and once you look at that and you light up a cigarette, you're like, ooh, that's a cool thing to do. And that's partially why I got influenced. Not just because my parents, grandparents, and friends had been smoking, but, the movies and stuff. And it is influential. I had a strong mind. I figured, I wouldn't do that kind of stuff. I went to DARE class, but I remember sneaking into my mom's purse, grabbing a couple cigarettes, or when they wouldn't be looking, get one out of the ashtray, taking a puff, and I started to get involved. I started to think, this isn't so bad. Well, I wasn't naive, but I also, had a lot to learn. You got two sides. You got people who are naive, who are never taught these things, but then you got the people who don't give a fuck. I'm gonna pick up a bottle of beer, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette, I'm gonna snort cocaine, I'm gonna pop pills. They just don't give a shit because, like you said in your video, oh, well, I got problems and it's the best and quickest way to deal with it. Bullshit. Because once you come down, you're still dealing with the same problems, only you're broker and have worse health problems. See, I have a lot of health problems. Why? Because I was a smoker. Yeah, maybe some of the stuff I have is genetic. My mom and dad, grandparents, other family members, etc. But it sure as fuck didn't help the fact that I picked up that first cigarette and smoked and started smoking. And I would smoke anywhere from 2 cigarettes to a whole pack in a fucking row. I got asthma, I got allergies, poor vision, diabetes. These are genetic, but they got worsened over the years. Now I have back and leg problems and circulation problems in my feet because I was smoking. And these are some of the things people don't get or don't care about. People are raising a fuss about, oh, Well, if they're gonna ban smoking in movies, that's not fair. That's taking away my rights, blah, 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 blah. Well, you know, of course, these subjects have been broken down and brought up before. You know, how about starvation around the world? How about war? How about racism, discrimination, bigotry? You know, how about somebody being murdered because of their skin color? And, you know, people want to sit here and bitch about stupid fucking cigarettes being banned from, you know, the fucking movies and banned from the public. Well, it's time to wake the fuck up and get your fucking priorities straight. Or get dead.